Almost everything she does in the novel only makes sense if you're the first kill in a slasher movie. I'm surprised that she's alive. Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I'm Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of Mostly Human Resources by Grace Viall. This is a book coming out August 6, 2026 from Ira, Head of Zeus. It's a fantasy horror romance. I received this arc from NetGalley in exchange for a fair review. Despite some issues, Mostly Human Resources is mostly fun. What is it about? Amongst mountains as old as time, the jackalopes and ghouls are the least of your worries. Working in human resources was not what Alexis had in mind when she joined Entity, the company who categorized and managed the monsters and cryptids of the world. But after her dad was killed as a warden in the Appalachian Mountains, she was filled with noble ideas of carrying on his legacy from behind the safety of a desk. But when one of her new wardens, Elliot, goes missing, her chances of promotion go missing too. Determined to find him safe and sound, she marches off into the mountains to find him herself. Because Elliot has been talking about sightings of a highly dangerous and never recorded monster, the Hollow Walker, and she's promised herself that no warden will ever die on her watch. I don't know why that's a separate paragraph. Anyway. Meanwhile, Nick, director of research and cataloging, is not one to ignore the words never recorded. With Alexis, his work nemesis, leading the charge into the mountains, he's not going to let her have all the fun. If he can be the youngest Entity employee to discover a new monster, his name will go down in the annals of cryptozoology. And if it means spending extra time with Alexis, then he's not one to argue. But Alexis and Nick are about to discover why the Appalachian Mountains are the last place you want to find yourself after dark. And I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce Appalachia. I've tried a million times. To start, let me say that I did enjoy this book. I found the sort of X-Files-like concept and the setting really fun. The writing is quick-paced, it's easy to follow, it's a great beach read. I also enjoyed the idea of non-field agents going out into the field. That's really cool. Often you get like the seasoned you get a seasoned person and one kind of rookie, but this was like two people completely out of their depth. That being said, I'm a bit confused about the genre of this novel. It's set up like a romance with a great deal of time spent on the couple, kind of checking one another out, but there is literally one kiss in this book, and it's very blink and you'll miss it. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I think it would have been better served as a sort of buddy cop friendship story versus a rivals to lovers, as they aren't even rivals. Here's why. There's no chemistry. He's smart, cocky, and loves banter, but she is a freaking mess. I have no idea what he sees in her at all. He says at one point that she's kind, incredibly smart, and keeps him on his toes, but there's no evidence of any of this, really. He'll say something in a bantering tone, and then she'll respond with something like, I hate you. I'm like, why is he into that? After a certain point, their antagonism in the story makes no sense. So it makes Alexis in particular seem very childish. I thought they were at least 30, but she acts like she's 20 or younger. Thirdly, he solves her main problem, something set up as a major issue for her at the start of the story, but it's just a shrug and I guess it's gone sort of thing. So I wonder why it was given such focus or why it wasn't part of their romantic development. It just felt like a loose thread. I was like, wait, so he solved this and doesn't tell her. She doesn't question it. I don't know. It felt like a plot hole. It was weird. I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted it. Of course, you do need chemistry to have a good buddy cop energy, but removing the romantic element, because there's a lot of, oh, he's so hot, but I don't like him, so I'm not going to admit it kind of situation. Removing all that could have provided enough space for more of kind of a friendship banter to ensue. I did like Nick, though he was a little bit inconsistent. In some moments, he's arrogant and charming, and in others, he's a dorky academic. He also wasn't completely incompetent compared to Alexis, who was incredibly stupid regarding the woods. Almost everything she does in the novel only makes sense if you're the first kill in a slasher movie. I'm surprised that she's alive. Oh, I'm sorry to be nagging on this, but I guess the more I think about it, the more that there's stuff in this book that on reflection kind of needed a bit more work. The timing in this book is inconsistent. They wander the woods all day with no food or water, and it takes, what seems like a day to get to a place that's a few hours away. I'm like, why is it taking them so long? It was kind of distracting because I was like, wait, how is it noon or how is it nighttime already? I don't know. I did like the Silas character, despite an obvious twist with him, and the parts with the character Waylon were the strongest parts of the story. I really liked that part. In fact, that could have been like its own little short story, and it would have been excellent. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, there's next to no world building. Like, why are the monsters real? Why is a private company dealing with this and not the government? Are there rules, laws around cryptid removal, capture that the company has to abide by? We're never given any of this detail. I guess overall, if you're looking for something light featuring rather inept agents, cryptids, and Appalachia, it's fun. If you don't care so much about kind of the world building like around the situation, if you like, kind of characters that have kind of a younger kind of dynamic, I guess in a romance, you might like it. I just think that some aspects of this book could have been tightened and it would have been like I would have loved it. Anyway, I don't think it's a bad book. I give it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So it's not a bad book. I'm sorry for like going off about it, but I just it, it's hard because I don't want to say, "Oh yeah, I liked it," and then provide no explanation for why I'm giving the opinion of it that I am. Anyway, so thank you so much, NetGalley and the publisher, for the e-arc. I really, really do appreciate it.